Right, I'm just going to show you basically what we're checking for when we're going through a beehive. So we always say, if there isn't a reason to check them, don't check them. So this time of year you've got to check them at least once a week, once every 7 days. If you don't, they'll just end up swarming. So we always go from the outside frame. You've got to be really careful with this first one. It's usually got loads of honey in, and as you're pulling it up it's quite tight, so you've got a chance of rolling it being, so you're really steady with it. So that's the first one. So that's just got honey, which is not normal. You usually put the honey on the outside. So things we're looking for queen cells. If they've got queen cells, they're going to swarm, so we need to sort that out. We're making sure there's eggs in there, there's pollen in there, there's larvae in there, and they're free of disease. We don't always have to check for the queen, so that's the next frame. As you can see, the brown bits there are the young bees. This thing here, they're just play cups, they call them. They're like practice queen cells. So again, it's brood again. Next frame, I don't know if you can see, so there's eggs in there and brood, so there's probably had an hatching recently. What I have found is a queen cell just here in that corner. Right, so we've got to deal with this somehow. So the simplest thing to do was to squish that queen cell, and that'd stop them swarming. But the likelihood is, if they're trying to swarm now, they'll keep trying to swarm. So we've got to do something. So I'll put that to one side for now. So again, that's just all brood. If you look at the top, like more bumpy ones, they're drones, the male ones, because a bit bigger, so they come out a bit. So but the rest of that's just brood, cap brood. And same on that side, loads of drones. You can maybe see the drones, the bigger, the fatter little things, so they're the males. So again, just brood down the top. See, I see some people say a full slab of brood's good, but I don't really think that's right. I think you should have brood here, and then you should have honey around the edges, which this one's got. So there's honey around the edges here, and then you've got the brood in the middle. And again, that's another queen cell. It's at the bottom, but I am going to knock that one down because it's straight in the bottom and it'll more likely to be damaged, so I'm going to take that one away. And again, it's just full of brood. That's why they want to swarm, because there's just so much brood they've made. Once all this hatches, it's just going to completely fill the hives. So the queen wouldn't have swarmed because there's no capped queens. As soon as they put a capping on the queen, that's when they'll swarm, and that's why we check them every 7 days, because you don't allow them to cap the queen. So I am looking for the queen as well, but I can see eggs. I can see. This one in here. Right, so what we do need to do now, we do need to find the queen, because we don't want the queen to be on one of them frames. Right, so we found her straight away. So if you look at there, she's orange. She's got a big orange disc on her back. So she's quite old now, that queen. She's not actually one of mine, that's one that swarmed into one of my beehives. So I don't even know where she came from. But she's doing well. So she's in there, so that might be one of the reasons they're swarming as well, because she might be, you know, she's aging now, so that orange is probably meant to be red. She's a few years old. So we need some honey for these bees, these new ones. We'll take another frame out. She's got one frame of brood, one frame of honey. So we also need some honey. That's all honey for this one. Frame with bees on and the honey. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shake all these, except for the one with the queen on, I'm going to shake all these bees off. Well, that way I did have the queen on. Right. So I'm going to shake all the bees off the frames, and so I can have a really good check. See, there's some of the building there, which it's only a play cup. Just to make sure there's no more queen cells. So you see the frame of bees, shake them off, and then we can check for queen cells. So they hide them all over. There's little, they're not queen cells, they're play cups, but I didn't see them. Probably see more as well, all the brood that's going to hatch soon. Again, if you've got a full frame of bees, shake them off, and you can see everything that's going on then. It's easier to spot swarm cells. What we're going to do as well now, I'm going to put fresh comb in. I'm going to checkerboard it a little bit, so I'll put one in between the drawn combs. I'm doing now, I'm smoking the bees, but it's just to get them off top of the frame, so I'm not going to squish them. So what we've got now, this side's fully back together, and then we've got two splits. We've got one box of bees there and one box of bees here, so out of this one hive I've now made another two hives, so there's 3 hives. We'll put all this back together. Come back down again. So queen excluder, so you've got your brood box at the bottom. Queen excluder stops the queen coming upwards. The bees can fit through but she can't. And then move you again. And then your super boxes, which are the nicely painted ones. Two of them. There's nothing in these, they haven't even started putting honey in yet. But it gives them room. They're my crown boards, they're just silver foil. So my rules are a bit different to everyone else as well, they're just flat rules. Right, so the hive I was just checking. Just going to bring this over to here. Put these supers back on. Right, so this hive now, it's still got a queen in. There's no queen cells. And what else is going to happen is all the flying bees, I've said it a couple of times now, are going to fly back to these two nukes. So, they need a float. That's on there. Right, so we've got the hive I was checking, which has been moved. That was there. It's not that far away, so it might not work as well. So that's got a queen in, got loads of brood in. So it's just still doing all right, and it's still quite advanced for this time of year. So these two hives here, so they've both got a queen cell in. So there's one frame of brood, one frame of food. But what's happening now is, as you'll see, all the flying bees are coming back here thinking it's home. So these will get the flying bees. These will have a little bit of a break because the flying bees will have all gone just about. But once all this brood hatches, it'll be just in time for when the big flow comes for spring. And hopefully the queens will hatch from this one. They'll go out, they'll get mated, come back, and then we'll create more hives then. So I did exactly the same thing last week here. It's Clifton. So I did exactly the same thing there. They're looking all right. This is a week later. I've checked the beehive, which I did it to, so the queen's fine up there and she's laying more eggs. So that's 4 hives in 2 weeks that I've just made from Clifton.